Hello, world. I hope you have an amazing, wonderful morning, evening, wherever you are. I just woke up here in Europe, in Austria, and had this, this lust for what else is possible, and especially for what's coming. We're about to travel to Costa Rica and super excited. And when you have this, oh my God, you just, have this lust for the future. And I recently discovered that more than ever, that, this lust for living is such a platform for success and greatness. And it's not normal, not yet anyway. If you look around the world, people do not, function from what else is possible or from joy or ease or glory. And this is where we come in. This is where we come in to facilitate the world to something else. And I'm sure most of you listening to this are in the business of what else is possible. Because for me, it's a business, like constantly looking at, okay, what else can I add to my life? What else is possible? And so if you look at like, what else would you like to facilitate the world to be? And I know this is not something we usually are asked for. We're usually being asked for, okay, what can you be? What should you be? What is good for other people? What fulfills other people's needs? It's all about, fitting in, being normal. And then now, recently, what has been occurring with all the tools that have been showing up in new spaces is a whole new space of becoming clear on what do I truly desire? What is my way of living? What is the world and the life that I'd like to have and see as my future and as our future? And it's really cool. If you have, done some classes recently or are about to do some, you will discover that, everything that's up right now on our buffet is being aware of where we are like reacting to what's out there, like constantly reacting rather than acting to create our future. And how much time that takes and how normal that is. It's like if you want to change something, most of the times it starts with, wow, what else is possible? And you have a lust for greater, you have a lust for the future, you're excited about it. And then what happens 2 nanoseconds afterwards? You react to a point of view, you react to someone else's need, or you invent something that doesn't allow this doesn't allow this to be as magical and as ease as possible. And basically you become you become dramatic rather than pragmatic. And for me, life can be like, we could create our lives from such a place that just makes everything work. But in order to be that pragmatic, in order to be willing to make everything truly work for you, gosh, do you have to be willing to be different? And what if that is actually something you could ask for now more than ever? So, what gift is your different way of seeing the world that you have never, ever, ever, ever acknowledged yet? And it's like all those, like there's all these weird feelings that people functioning from, like, they ask for more money, they ask for more possibilities, they ask for whatever. And then there's this, this weird, sense that keeps coming up. And what's been showing up recently is this acknowledgement of how these weird feelings, these, oh, but I can't, or sometimes it's not even a thought, it's just like, like everything is contracting when you just think of your future or possibility. It's like all these things are supposed normal reactions. And what if reactions don't have to be the place that you're functioning from anymore? What if your life could be about action? Like full on, you ask for something and then you move towards that without any presumptive realities, without any needs of reaction, but you just go. Or one of the things that we've been exploring with pragmatic psychology and the pragmatic practitioners, the pragmatic practitioners are basically people who use the tools and in their facilitation, in their work with other people, whoever those people are, children or grown-ups, their family members, whoever they work with, including themselves, of course. And one of the things that we've been discovering with those pragmatic practitioners are that whenever we go into working with clients, whenever we go into facilitating change in whatever way we do, it's like, how often do you do this from expecting a result or expecting a reaction from from the client? Like, oh, you're trying to create a result, you're trying to create a reaction, like they should be happy after the session, they should be, oh, wow, everything is amazing now, so basically everything you do, you try to even use the tools to create a reaction, which is not really what they're meant to be. It's not about creating a reaction, but if you look at, okay, how am I actually using the tools that I work with? Am I trying to create a reaction in someone? Am I trying to create the reaction of, wow, that was amazing. Oh my God, it's cool. Or are you trying to fulfill someone's need? And a lot of that, whether it's the clients you work with or your family members or whoever you work with, it's like it so takes away the ease, that what else could be possible if life was not about the reaction of it, or if it was not about achieving something, but just the sheer joy of being. So it's like, what reactions are you inventing? What need of reactions and what needs of reactive realities are you basically inventing, that keep you from the space and the ease and the relaxation that could be your whole life and living? And that's something where, and if you want, you can just, pot and pocket everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and yawns. But that's where, we could be functioning from. This is how nature functions. This is how animals are. They're like, oh, I wonder, what is going on? What is it? What, can we change it? What's required today? What can we, every moment, now what, now what, now what? Like being flexible and creating change in every moment. But then there are people on the planet, and they, function from trying to be like everyone else. So there's a whole new space out there with all the new tools. There's a lot of new tools recently, and also a whole new way of like facilitating yourself beyond this, the presumptive realities, the need of reaction, but also apply that in your facilitation of other people. And this is something we're doing with the pragmatic psychology life form, and especially with the pragmatic practitioner life form, where we play with using the tools and applying them to the facilitation of yourself, but also of other people. And this is truly a life form that it's become a movement worldwide, the pragmatic practitioner movements, where people do these classes and then use the tools in their work as a practitioner, whether they are a coach or a parent, a social worker, a teacher, a hairdresser, like however they work with people, like they are finding out their unique way of using these tools for themselves, because you want to walk your talk, but also in their work with other people. And it's incredible what shows up, like the simplicity. It's like when I worked in psychiatry, I worked with, traditional psychotherapy methods. And it's like, what I remember, it's awesome. And it's very limited from, you have to, like, it's very like cognitive. Even if it's not called cognitive, it's still like based on thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and all these like old paradigms. But for me, change, doesn't come from, I, now understand the problem, or now I see the problem. What if there's a whole different paradigm where we don't even have to take the detour through problems, but where every problem is basically showing you a possibility that you haven't acknowledged yet and discovered yet? And also, like there's this, like when I worked in psychiatry, there were all these people, with a so-called disability, which was always interesting to me. And I just started with therapy, and I just started with, working with patients. And I never really, like, it never really spoke to me to see the wrongness in people. So I started to have conversation with them. I started to ask them questions. Hey, what's up for you? And how do you see the world? And what showed up basically from these questions and these conversations was, for me, and a whole new world of, well, they're different. They just see the world in a totally different way, but they haven't been acknowledged for it. And they haven't gotten the tools on how to use their difference. They haven't gotten the tools how to navigate their difference and use it as a resource. And from that, then I started Access and had conversations with Gary Douglas, and Pragmatic Psychology was born. And realizing that all of us are these, weirdos that, have many times gone through the world going, well, what's the problem? Like, I don't really, like, have you ever like wondered, like, why does the world have so many problems? Like, not getting it, and then trying to get it, trying to understand it, but it never made sense to you. But that, process of trying to make sense of how other people are functioning, and that process of trying to make sense of it just goes, like, where you have to make yourself part of the insanity. You have to make yourself part of this, reactive reality that everybody functions from. And you go, okay, well, if they do it, I got to do it. And then you go, where's my joy? Where's my sense of magic? Where's my sense of possibilities? I used to have this when I was a child, or at least, here and there, but now it seems to be gone. Well, welcome to trying to make sense of this world. So what if it's no longer about, what if change no longer was based on these old paradigms of, for example, trying to understand or make sense of, or trying to find a solution, but a whole new paradigm where you take the shortcut, not the long, like the detour through problems, but take the shortcut through possibilities, and where you, for yourself, but also the people you work with, it's about finding out what's true for us, because that is so powerful. Like, imagine if you and many people around you would know what's true for them. They wouldn't doubt themselves. You wouldn't doubt yourself. You would just go, okay, a new situation would show up, something with other people, and you would see what is. You would have like total clarity with how the people are functioning, what's going on for them, what's going on for you, what's true for you, what's light for you, what's right for you, and you have no doubt about it. Like, what peace would that be? But that's possible for us, but that's the piece that we have been learning to avoid, to rather like be normal and react like other people. So everything that is, by the way, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. And it's like, imagine if like there's a group of people who tries to, limit you. Like we have a lot around the world right now. Like there's people who try to have power over other people and try to, use lies and make people doubt themselves. It's called gaslighting, by the way. And imagine if people go, I see what you're doing. I see that you're trying to, make me doubt myself, but I'm not gonna do that. I know what's true for me. I know what I know. That level of empowerment, like we would not be able to have the world we have right now. Like things are changing, and things would be changing way more if this is the place we function from, but also that which we would, facilitate in other people. And that's something that's so different for me with pragmatic psychology, with access consciousness, with pragmatic practitioner, where it's it's about empowering people to know that they know. And we keep hearing that, but look, like truly, like the universe of that, the universe of empowering yourself and other people to know that they know, like that is truly creating a future that works for us. That is cultivating leaders. And leaders don't have, it's not about everybody has to be a leader that's, on TV or whatever. It's like, it's not a certain way of, showing up as a leader. It's just being a leader. And being a leader is knowing what's true for you. But none of us, like most of us, have not been educated to find out what's true for us. Like, we know what other people need from us. We know what's good for other people. We know what we need to do to fit in and make other people like us. But that's not truly creating your life. That's just reacting to other people's needs. So what else is truly possible for us to be like pragmatic practitioners, to be leaders that create a reality that works for us? So I'm inviting you to this live form, Pragmatic Psychology and Pragmatic Practitioner. And we have people all over the world who are pragmatic practitioners now. And they're using the tools, being the leaders, facilitating, people and groups, and going to businesses and schools, and it's like, it's really cool what's being created out there, and more of that. So if this is something that speaks to you, join us. There are classes out there called Pragmatic Practitioners, and what we do is like, it's not about learning a new modality, because that's what is that's so what is being offered many times, like, this is a new modality, and this is what you have to do now, and this is the right way of doing it. It's like facilitating change is not about doing the right thing. It's not about, I have to use the right tool in this situation, and that would be a lot like mental stuff. Change doesn't come from being mental at all. That's actually where limitations are born. But it's like, change comes from knowing what's true for you, knowing that you have choice always to create a different future. Many people don't even know that they have choice. They think, oh, my past determines my future. Oh, I don't have choice. It's like, many people don't even know yet that they have the choice to create a different future in every moment. So, if you would like to be more of that leader, if you would like to become a pragmatic practitioner who like leads the world to something different, who works with people, facilitates change for yourself and other people, welcome to these awesome, amazing classes called Pragmatic Practitioners. They are 3-day or 4-day classes. It's the same class. It's just we have different amounts of hours on the 3-day and 4-day class, but overall it's the same class. And you can join live or online, but you need prereqs. It's bars and foundation, because we use those tools that you learn in bars and foundation to jump into, extrapolate what else is possible, facilitating change with whoever you work with. And again, it's not about learning like this is how you do it. It's about accessing your way to do so. Like, all of you use the tools you learn in your unique way, and that's a gift. It's like, you see it in a way you only can see it, and that's what's wonderful about it. That's where, we spread the dandelion seeds. That's where we are the firework of possibilities, because we all do it in our way. So in these classes, we also practice facilitation on each other. And I love how people then go, oh my God, I thought I couldn't do it. Or I thought I couldn't handle certain topics when, clients come to me with, let's say, money or whatever. I cannot handle it. And people go, wow, what if I can handle it? And then you're much more open for more clients. Like, if you have the point of view, I cannot handle clients who have, let's say, money problems. Well, you put an energetic block towards those people coming to you and finding you, which also eliminates money. Maybe not what you want to do. So maybe you want to find out that whatever's coming your way, you can handle it. What if failure is an invention and not a reality? So welcome to the Pragmatic Practitioner class. We're going to have one in Costa Rica and online starting on Friday. And it's actually really amazing. If you want to join from Europe, it's awesome. It starts at 6 p.m. in the evening. So you have 6 p.m., 3 hours, which is super easy for Europe time to join. Also for American time, it's easy to join. So welcome to what else is possible. I'm excited about it. Like, again, as I started this Facebook Live, the lust. Let's turn on the lust for creating a future that works for us, because that joy, that lust, that living is unstoppable. So Thank you and mwah, goodbye.